A note on the Magus by John Fowles. Let me start with what I think is a joke. Or is it just a serious statement? I think it's Peter Sellers who said at one point when he was asked, well, if you could change something in the past, what would you change? Well, I wouldn't see the Magus again. So I have to try and look it up on the net or something. And well, more. Probably the adaptation is terrible. It's the worst film ever made. I don't know. One of them. Or this is one of the best jokes. Anyway, if that's a rather interesting film, and maybe Peter Sellers had something else to do, didn't like lead actor, who knows what. This adaptation I'm talking about now is good. So I've read the book a while back. I will have to check this too to see if I have a note on Goodreads about this. I'm pretty sure 95% I have. But this is not about the original material, but the adaptation for the BBC, which was excellent, and I finished earlier today. One thing I like, and I said that before in other notes, one thing I like about the theatre, the plays that adapt a book, a novel, for the radio or television, in fact, is that in situations where we have a complicated plot, which for me and I think other simple guys is difficult to take in, they simplify. It's easier to follow the characters in what I thought at the time is a rather complex book. True, the other side of the coin is that one loses when you take a material, a book which will take, let's say in this case, 20 hours maybe, of reading. If one takes the audiobook format and cuts down to 3 hours, which was the case of this adaptation. There were 3 episodes, 3 hours. Of course, you lose so much, and if it's a masterpiece, the Magus is included among the best books by some. I don't think it's Time, but some critics, on some lists, you find it there, and it's a worthy read. Definitely, John Fowles has The French Lieutenant's Woman in there, and the film adapted was also nominated for quite a few important awards. Meryl Streep, Jeremy Irons, already these names say so much. So, I guess briefly, the hero is Nick. He is a lover of Alison right there at the beginning. There's an Australian who is very liberal, I would say, because she jumps into his bed quite early, even if they just meet at the party, and there's even a situation wherein another girl says, well, be careful and watch it out because she's the fiancée of my brother and so on, but she says, no, we're just close, but it's a free relationship or open or something. So that was a bit fast, let's say, even if, on the other hand, I think we were approaching the era of the hippie movement and free love and make love not war. Anyway, the main action takes place on a Greek island where we meet Maurice Conchis, a very mysterious figure, the Magus. Actually, I'm thinking Nick is the hero, but the name of the book comes from the Magus, and it's a marvelous thing he's doing because the magician, the Magus, the magician, magiciano, that's one translation here, is the one who plays with balls and takes cards from the pocket and takes an egg from your ear, and that's wonderful. I mean, this skill and ability. But to do this, to make the impression that this Julie is the ghost of his dead wife or girlfriend, and then to say something else, that she's schizophrenic and he's a psychiatrist treating her. Then there's the other impression that she's an actress, but then she falls in love with Nick. All sorts of situations, and then admitting, well, I used to be saying, because to the end I don't know what truth is, to be honest, so there's no spoiler alert here or there. I still don't see, I mean, I see it's a game, and it's like the game with Michael Douglas, where, well, at the end we learn his brother Champagne, the actor playing his brother, paid a lot of money to have this situation, this craziness in the life of his sibling, and it's a kerfuffle all through. Anyway, returning, we don't know what the scenario is, but he says it's wonderful to have a theater where the boundaries, the limits are no longer there. There's no limit. This is not a theater for an audience, because there is no audience. It's a wonderful play, and the actors see through. I mean, they take their roles, they create their roles also, and they see through. But they're of course they're pushing this to an extreme, and there's some violence, physical, not so much physical, but there's even that. There's spitting, there's in the face of the hero by this gay character, and there's a question of lashing, of using the whip to, but mostly there's a psychological abuse. Ultimately, I was thinking, how can this guy go through this? What will be the result of this trauma? Because it can also be called a trauma. I don't know if I'll have another note because I don't get it very well.